I'm going to admit right off the bat that I know that it's easy to get into these situations. You know, another experience in regards to my bullying was actually, you know, I happened to be playing Monster Ball as a kid, and you know, one of those things when, you know, children, they play everywhere, and we played everywhere and anywhere, at any time. And it was a rainy day, and we were playing Monster Ball, and which is a, you know, a bat with a kickball basically. And make a long story short, this girl hit the ball, and I had it, and my arm was pretty good, and I happened to hit her just right to where it wiped her feet right out from underneath her. And she absolutely splayed out into this mud puddle. So I knew that this was not going to be good. So I turned around and I looked the other way because I didn't want her to think that I was laughing, you know, at all. I was doing my best not to laugh, because I was brought up to be a gentleman, you know, and so I did the best that I could. Meanwhile, everybody else laughed and made jokes and everything like this. Well, what happened was that the girl got up, picked up the aluminum bat. It wasn't even a wood bat. It was aluminum bat, and she comes and starts swinging the bat at me. And I'm like, okay, put the bat down, you know. And I put my arm out, and when I put my arm out, she swung the bat and it cracked into my arm. And I've had a total of 4 broken arms in my lifetime. So I knew what it was like to have a broken arm. I knew my arm was broken. So I have to admit, I didn't treat it very right because I happened to take the bat away from her, you know, a little bit too late, and then I pushed her, and she went down again into another mud puddle. So I was going home because I knew that I was going to have to go to the hospital to get my arm set because I knew my arm was broken. So I'm walking, and we're going through a field to get to the house, and next thing I know, I hear people laughing and joking and everything, but all of a sudden, she's running, and she hits me from behind. She just pushes me from behind. Well, what's my instincts? My instincts are going to be, put your arms out like this. You know, and that's great, except for the fact when one's broken. You know, so I ended up putting out my hands in order to stop me, and I ended up dislocating my elbow on top of the broken arm. You know, so this is the reason why I bring it up. I was actually told by somebody who's very close to me that I got what I deserved. You know, and so with that being the case, that really kind of affected me. You know, it's like even to this day, in some ways, because what that person was saying, and I'm sure they didn't realize it, but they were saying it's okay for somebody to be swinging a baseball bat at me, you know, and that it was okay. You know, this is just kids being kids. You know, that's the difference here, is that when it comes to bullying, it's not kids being kids. It's not a situation as to where, you know, well, we did this when we were kids. You know, it's like, it's not that serious. It's not that, you know, it's not something that really needs a whole lot of attention, you know. That's not the case anymore. And you know, with the way that bullying goes along today, there's some serious consequences. There's some serious results of bullying.